Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So I saw early this morning this video on TikTok of this white woman saying, if you don't like black people, leave them alone. So here is a video.
If you hate Black Americans, how hard is it just to leave them the fuck alone? I hate squash. You won't see me posting weird memes of it, posting stats and recipes, wearing squash face, telling other people not to eat it or look up anything about it. I just leave it the fuck alone.
It sounds like a solution to me. You hear black people saying all the time, leave us alone, leave us alone. But every time black people do something, people are watching and peeping out the curtains and peeping through the blinds and looking through their car windows and rubbernecking, trying to see what black people are doing. If you don't like black people, leave black people alone. I don't go looking for content from white people. If they come on my channel, it's pretty much somebody that I agree with. Just like this woman, she showed up on my For You page on TikTok. And this is a good video. But people will be talking about all of these white racists and they said this and they said that. And they don't show up on my page. They don't show up on my page. Well, and if they did, you know what I would do? I would say not interested or I would block them because I don't dislike them, but I'm not looking for content about them because I'm making content for my people. And there's a whole series of videos about black women, attractive black women going on about their business. And the voice will say, when you're black, you're never alone. And there's somebody standing off in the distance sometimes staring at that person. Leave black people alone. How hard is that? People who genuinely dislike a group avoid them. They don't study them, they don't imitate them, they don't build entire online personalities around them. But when it comes to black people, especially black women, the folks who swear they can't stand you are the same ones who are watching everything you do, copying everything you create, policing how you talk, dress, walk, how you breathe. They're even making think pieces about you every day. That is not dislike. That is fixation, that's obsession, and that's anti blackness dressed up as critique. So they say they don't like us, but they can't leave us alone. You ever notice how the people who claim they don't like black people are the same ones who date us, who mimic our slang, who live on black Twitter, consume black culture like oxygen, and still find time to complain about us daily? And you can't make it make sense because it doesn't make sense. If you don't like us, why are you here? Why are you watching? And some of these white women are actually bitter because they had relationships with black men that didn't work out. And so they're taking it out on black people. Because how many times do you see a white woman, oh, she's railing and railing about black people. And then when you look deeper, she has biracial children. So a black man has disappointed her and she's taking it out on everybody. So you have to consider that too. And then this is what some black people say, and it might be true. A lot of people don't like black people because they can't be black people. They dislike our influence, they dislike our resilience, they dislike our cultural power. They dislike that the world bends toward black creativity, whether they approve of it or not. That's why they can't leave us alone, because everybody is watching black people, and it seems crazy. It seems crazy to me that people watch black people all the time and they mimic black people and they try to take advantage of everything that black people do, even though they're trying to make it seem like they're doing something superior to the way black people do what black people do. Like that British actor, that David Oyelowo person on that podcast talking about you have to put a little bit of Nigerian accent. What is a Nigerian accent? They have all kinds of ways that people are talking all kinds of ways, and they say they say they come from Nigeria, and they're speaking English on top of that. But they're talking about put some Nigerian accent and then put some slavery and some subservience. What are you talking about, man? You sound crazy. And I'm going to do a video about that. You sound crazy. Why don't you just admit that you couldn't make it in Africa, you couldn't make it in England, so you're over here leeching off of black people and trying to make it seem like you're doing something special, and you're not. Well, you're doing something special, all right. You're offending people. And I guess he thinks he's such a big actor. So if you're such a good actor, why don't you make your own culture come alive? Why don't you do movies about your own people instead of Bass Reeves and Dr. King and anybody else in Black America that you can get your hands on? You know why? Because number one, you're not a good actor. And number two, you don't come from a superior culture. And so that brings us down to the real issue. A lot of people don't want to leave black people alone because they benefit from us. They benefit from our culture. They benefit from our labor. They benefit from our creativity. They benefit from our presence. But they don't want to respect us. Now the Asians are just crashing out, and some white people, not all white people, because some white people don't like them either. But the Asians are all crashing out because black people are boycotting. But they're still talking about, well, you ought to raise your children. You ought to stop stealing. You ought to do that. You ought to be glad to leave the black neighborhood. If black people are that bad and they're doing all of that kind of stuff, you ought to be glad to leave. But you're mad about it because you benefit from black people. After all of that, you benefit from it. Get out. That's how we're saying get out. And then go and make your mark somewhere else. So let me echo what that woman said in my voice. If you don't like black people, stop watching us. Stop copying us. Stop studying us. Stop building your personality around us. Stop using us for content. Stop using us for culture. Stop using us for clout. Just leave us alone. Because the truth is, you don't hate us, you're obsessed with us. And obsession is not the compliment you think it is. And by the way, we're not obsessed with you. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.